Hello everyone! Time for another comeback and time for another person whom I've never heard of before. It's always exciting to listen and experience new and different artists. So today we have someone called Eunki, and he has a song that's called On and On. So if you know anything about him, Eunki, please let me know, or in the comments, just some basic facts to get us all started, and that will be great. So yeah, let's check it out right now. Alright, it seems like he is a solo artist. I'm not sure if he is a rookie or, he was in a former group, but we'll check it out right now.
내 속에 피어난 이 느낌 난 너와 함께 No 밝게 빛나는 내 맘속 뭔가를 찾아 갈아 키워 And it feels like love 난 몸이 떨려 매일 계속 반복되는 너와의 Getting the rhythm And it feels like love 떼낼 수 없어 이건 너와 나의 필연적인 할 순간 번져버린 너 점점 더 커지는 내 맘속 노래물 끊임없이 뛰는 너와 나의 remedy It's gotta be like on and on and on You gotta go like on and on and on 영원히 너와 끊을 수 없게 It's gotta be like on and on and on 빛나고 있네 내 시선은 널 향해 벗어날 수 없게 끝이 없는 이곳에서 네가 어디에 있든 I will be looking for you And it feels like 난 몸이 떨려 매일 계속 반복되는 너와의 Getting the rhythm And it feels like 떼낼 수 없어 이건 너와 나의 필연적인 할 순간 번져버린 너 점점 더 날 비추는 내 맘속 노란물 Hey girl gotta be like on and on and on You'll always be mine on and on and on You gotta be like on and on and on 영원히 너와 끊을 수 없게 It's gotta be like
Alright, there was a lot of things to look at, and a lot of times it was only a split second, so maybe I can pause at those moments and we can talk about it. So we first start off with being in this room, kind of like a laboratory or like a workplace. I don't know, it has a lot of stuff like magnifying glass and then holding Cinderella's shoe and a very old style typewriter. So it's kind of all over the place. I feel like this song, there are lots of things to look at, probably very symbolic. It's just maybe too quick for my brain to comprehend and kind of make sense before moving on to the next scene or the next prompt. And so there was just a lot of things to look at. And I guess I will just comment about the storyline, if there is really a storyline, as well as, I guess, choreography and just things that I'm noticing. Because like I said, a lot of things pop up here and there. I'll do my best to comment some of the things that I've noticed while watching. And so we see him in various outfits. This one is, I think, one of the more casual and very winter like with a turtleneck and a jacket. But he's in a setting, now that I look at it, it's not really a laboratory, but kind of like a detective board kind of a feel, a lot of old fashioned vibe in this room. And so the typewriter, like I said, this little lamp or light thing, and so he's just chilling around there in the beginning. And we also, I think, dance in this room, at least as one of the settings, because the windows look exactly like the other place, except they removed all the other props and office like stationery. And we see a broader, I guess, view of this place with the old TV. Everything is old, retro, trending back to the good old days, and the technology we had back then. And so he was usually there for the beginning of the MV, and he also changed to another outfit, which is more blue and white. And I think he's wearing a glove on one arm or one hand with brighter earrings as well. So a different mood, a different feeling for sure. And again, backup dancers were there to support him when it was his like dancing scene. It seems like he's thinking a lot when he's in this like office area, but when he's out and about, he's more adventurous and doing different things. And the transitions are everywhere. I mean, there's transitions from zooming in and out with squiggly lines or zigzag or kind of like turning on and off the TV. There's quite a lot of things going on, or the camera rotating. So it can be a roller coaster ride for some people, and it may be overwhelming or too much, while others are very excited because as a roller coaster ride, you can see lots of surprises or unexpected things too. For me, it was a little too much, as I wanted to see certain parts just like a millisecond longer, if not, okay, maybe 2 seconds longer. Just like the scene that I'm showing here, I have trouble clicking on it, but just seeing that and just a little longer. I know they're using it to transition or have some other meanings to it, but for my eye to just figure out what's going on and it's already gone, I wish we just had a little more time to digest or even just recognize that scene a little bit more before moving on to other parts. Choreography, it's very smooth, and it seems like he's a very flexible person with the arms and the waist and the hip area, right? Just kind of moving very slowly, like not upbeat, what am I thinking? Not like locking or, stuff, that type of dance, but more elegant like. One thing that I just was not a fan of was his outfit. I know it's a trend for artists or people to, have clothing that are cut in unique ways. So you see a sliver or small part of their skin, not too revealing, but enough to make fans maybe curious or squeal. But for me, even if I know or like a certain group and they're dressed up like that, it's not my taste, I guess. And it seems to be a little distracting as well. I mean, either like show your abs or not. I mean, it also makes your dancing a little less stronger. Not necessarily for this choreography, but sometimes it's just unnecessary, but it's also just maybe like an eye candy for fans. Like, oh, does he have abs? Or like, oh, can I look at his arm a little bit more, or his back muscle? So yeah, but I am not a huge fan of that, so sorry. Let's move on. A lot of dancing scenes, which is great, so we can see more of what that's like. He danced by himself or with the whole group in sync, as well as just small moments with a partner. And so he is dancing in various ways. And so after dancing quite a while, we're in another room. It looks like bathroom tiles, like old-fashioned. And we have some TVs here of himself, but in another location. Again, another outfit, all black with some gold shiny jewelry and accessories, and he has quite a few outfits for this MV, so that was also very interesting to look at as well. Is that the same as the one he's leaning against the TV? Yes. Okay. Well, I thought if we just stitch that up, it will look nicer on him. But he's sitting, so it's not as noticeable. And then we have this tear that just shows up for like half a second. That I'm not good at using my mouse either. But crying for some reason, and now we have a symbolic scene where he's tied up, stuck, caught, and the funny thing, or I guess the unique thing, it's not funny, the unique thing is that he is all in white, same as the fabric in the background, but he is tied up in black, like knots or black string. And so maybe there's due to the color or the contrast, there might be some symbolism there too. What is he stuck between? Is it love or some type of relationship? I don't know, but it seems pretty intense over there. And glass breaking, him lying down, it can, mean things are shattering, negative things or hurtful things, ending a relationship. That's what it usually means, but for here, I'm not sure, just because the song sounds very lively and upbeat, and he smiled a lot at the end, so I'm not really sure if this is a sad song or not, unless I read the English translation, which I will later on to help me out. But just based on what I'm seeing, I have a question mark. And then this transition, some people would be like, oh, that's really cool, transitioning to different settings that he was in. But it can also be like, oh gosh, like it's another roller coaster for some people. I'm okay with that. And we can also see him in the background as well. So we, in the end, stopped in an area with lots of flowers. Again, flowers were popping up everywhere in this MV, as well as glass silverware. And so he is all in white with a white glove this time instead of with this blue outfit. So again, I'm not sure, or hold on, is it just the lighting? Might be just the lighting. This is all blue, I think. Sorry for confusing you all. And so yeah, there's just a lot going on, and he cuts the string. Does that mean he is done? He released all his anger or sadness out and he's ready to party again? As you can see, with all the glitter and lights and sprinkles and confetti and a cake and blue drink and lots of flowers, and dancers are also happy. Yay! So maybe it's turning or moving on, like, oh, this relationship I have with you, on and on, it's repetitive, it's hurtful, it's painful, it's good again, but then it's hurtful and painful. Let's just end it and cut that relationship up, and now he's free again. So that's what I'm guessing, just because, like I said, lots of things are going on and I need to digest it a little bit more. Because later on he disappears. It looks like he's a virtual being as well, and in the digital world, and he's like, logging off. So that part also made me wonder, like, what's going on. So in the very end, the last scene is like an elegant la pose, I guess. And that was pretty much the end. So is that the end? Yeah, and then him sitting in this room with like bathroom tiles and old TVs, but all of them are now off. Before they had pictures of him, or it had him in it. So yeah, there's a lot of things. So if I missed anything, I'm sorry. Oh, it's his 4th single. Okay, so he might be kind of a rookie, maybe not. Maybe he had other albums before that as well. But if you know anything about him, let us know in the comments. If you have a different interpretation of certain parts of the MV, I'd love to hear from you too. And I'm going to check the English translation, and that might clear up some fog as well. So yeah, thank you so much for watching it with me, and I'll see you next time in another video.